Hi everyone, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It has been a very long time. And if you are a new viewer or subscriber, my name is Gigi. This is my crafting channel where I essentially show how to make wreaths for the most part. Now, I do consider myself a beginner. I am by no means a professional. My very first wreaths I have ever done are posted on this channel, and my last wreath was my Thanksgiving wreath, and that was almost 2 years ago, give or take. So I have been out of the wreath game for a while, but I do miss it and decided that I wanted to pick it up again. So I am back making my first wreath of the year, and I am making a summer themed wreath because here in Arizona it is hot. It is hot here, so I thought it'll be cute. So with that being said, this is what I'm gonna be using. I am using a 14-inch metal frame from the Dollar Tree. I am using 3 rolls of polydeco mesh. Now this one's really long, and I'm gonna show you what I plan on doing with it. And then I have some pipe cleaners, scissors, a chip clip, my sign, and if you have been here for a while, you know I use my measuring tape to measure out the mesh. This is what I started with, this is what I still have, so this is what I'm gonna be using. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into making the wreath. Now the Dollar Tree wreaths have 6 sections, and I plan on doing clusters of 6 in every section. Now that means I only need about 12 pieces of every color. So if I did my math right, I should end up with extra green and coral mesh. Now I'm not mentioning the white because, as you can see, I already have extra white, but I have a confession to make. On my personal wreaths, I like to reuse mesh from other wreaths that I have done in the past, and my white I actually pulled from a previous wreath. So I'm gonna be reusing this, and the reason I reuse mesh is because mesh can be expensive. It can add up to, especially depending on where you're trying to buy it from. And honestly, if I think it looks great and it doesn't look too beat up or anything, I'm gonna reuse it for my wreaths, because I really don't think my neighbor's gonna walk up and be like, oh no, how could you reuse mesh? How dare you? But yeah, so I'm reusing for this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the other 2. So now I'm gonna go ahead and measure out and cut my mesh. So I'm gonna measure 30-inch pieces. Now I do use a measuring tape. I don't really know if this is accurate or not, but this is what I use because this is what I have. So about 30, me right there, and then I just cut. Oof. Okay, so that's my piece, 30-inch pieces. And I'm gonna do the same for the coral. So for the coral, I did measure out 30 inches this way, but then I rolled it up. So to make sure that these are as close as possible. And these ones, since they are on the bigger side, I'm gonna flatten it out, eyeball it, and just chop in the middle. So I'm gonna chop right there-ish. And I honestly can't remember why I bought a mesh. Oh, this isn't working. Give me 1 second. Okay, there it goes. I can't remember why I bought a mesh so big, but I'll end up with 2 pieces. And one side is gonna be pretty frilled up, but I don't mind because this is for me. And like I said, I haven't done a wreath in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of my mesh off camera, and I'll be right back. So all my mesh is cut now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling it and attaching it to the wreath. So what I like to do is unroll it a little bit. Now I need something with weight. I'm gonna stay. Okay. So on the bottom, I like to do a couple turns like that. Just a couple. And then I take my chip clip and I pinch it and I turn it around. And then same thing here, a couple rolls, but this is pretty curly already, so I'm just gonna like that. And then I'm gonna walk it across. Until I get towards the end. So then I pinch it together. And then that's how it's gonna look. So then I get my, what's this thing called? My pipe cleaner. And I'm just gonna hold it there. So now let me go ahead and grab the wreath. Now I started adding some, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it on the third bar. So it'd be 1, 2, 3 up or second down. And then I just flip it over. Do it tight. Couple turns. And then and pinch it. So let me go ahead and do it one more time so you guys can see. So my coral piece, like I said, the coral pieces on the bottom, they're pretty bad, but that's okay. That's okay for me. So same thing, I need some weight. I'm gonna show you guys, do 1, 2, maybe 2. Pinch it, flip it, do the same thing. I'm sorry, my camera's so shaky. 1, 2, walk it across. Pinch it. Now the really frayed part, I'm putting it on the bottom of the wreath. So the pretty part would be the part that shows. So let me grab a pipe cleaner, grab my wreath, shimmy it there, flip it around, and tie it tightly. Scoot it on over. My white was already rolled, so just gonna add the white now. Okay, so that's how it's gonna start looking. And this is with the cluster of 6 in one section. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the entire wreath and then I will be right back. Here's the wreath with all the mesh. Now the only thing left to do is for me to add my sign. So this sign has a hole, so I'm just gonna do a pipe cleaner through it and then tie it on the top. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm actually pulling the mesh from the bottom so I can shimmy in the sign up to where I like it. Let me see. I think that is actually there. That's really cute. Okay, there. This is my wreath. Let me just got some loose pieces of mesh here. Okay. Here is the completed wreath. It's big, it's fluffy, it's colorful, and I forgot how much fun I used to have making wreaths, so I'm glad I decided to pick it up again. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.